Yo. What it do? Welcome in. All right, cut that out. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday. Tell you what, up and down. It's a roller coaster ride, all right. Up and down, roller coaster ride, but we are here nevertheless. I'm your host, Marcus, aka E. All right. And we got another good show for you guys. We are, for those that do not know, we are kind of doing like a little book club. All right. The Way of the Superior Man. All right. Check it out. All right. I've been talking to these guys out here. They don't understand what I see, and I tell them it's because it's the way of the superior man. This ain't the ordinary man. This ain't the regular man. Okay, this ain't the average man. All right, that's why you're thinking the way you're thinking and moving the way you're moving, because you're average. All right, this is the way I'm trying to explain on how we can get to the. I read about how we can get to the superior level. Okay, so yeah, that's the book we're going to be reading. And so yeah, we are here. Let me see. Let me get some things in order. Usually I do like a little what's it called? Little housekeeping. All right. So let me see. If you're here, can you please hit the like button? They say that it helps the algorithm, right? Kind of gets out and into the atmosphere. All right. So that would be most graciously appreciated. If you want to, you can like, share, and subscribe. All right. So that way you know every time we go live. As well, there's a ticker at the bottom as well if you would like to donate to the stream. Anything that comes in I use for the stream. So we got some new gadgets and gadgets thanks to like last year donations. We got some good gadgets and gadgets, as well as the subscriptions as well, help pay for the subscription and all that good stuff. All right, so I think that's it. Is that it? Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing some other stuff as well. So just keep a lookout. We're gonna be switching. For those that may not know, we're gonna switch gears here in about if everything goes good in about 3 weeks, we'll be switching gears. Okay. I know that there some people may not know, but I actually started this as a news type of thing, talk about the news and what was going on. So that's what we're gonna shift over after the book is done. We're gonna shift over to that. I don't know how many of y'all know or have been paying attention, but elections going on, and so that's going to be a good place to start, as well as whatever else around the world is going on as well. We'll talk about it, get in it, and discuss it. All right. So for those who are new, again, it is the way of the superior man. All right. Um, and we are moving to chapter part. We're doing by parts. Okay, so there's parts in here, and then those parts are about 4 to 5, no, probably about 5 or 6 chapters. All right, so we're gonna go through these chapters and make it happen and go on, so forth and so forth. All right, hopefully all y'all are with me. All right, all right, all right, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and press ahead. All right. Let me see. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and press ahead. All right. So this is going to be part 6. All right, part 6 is feminine attractiveness. Okay. So that's what we're gonna be talking about, feminine attractiveness. Okay, that's kind of why I put 2 people on there as well. As far as on the cover, one old and one new, not old, one seasoned. One season. All right. We got a vet and a newcomer in the game, right? So both beautiful, beautiful women. I'm talking about the thumbnail. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into this. We do have a guest here. However, I think they are away. Once they come in, then we will bring him. Okay, he is in there. Okay, okay. I didn't want to bring him up. All right, man. Say what up to oh, okay. Mr. DisRizCinematicReviews. I didn't want to pop you up and you not be there.
Hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, baby.
Right, man. How you
Alive and
feeling?
well. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. I know you was hitting the road, so I really do appreciate you making time to come through.
Hey, turn and burn, baby. That's how we do it. Like we
Man.
back. We back like we never left. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So welcome in, man. What do you got going on? Any projects, anything happening?
Man, just got some constructive things in the works. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put it like this. By September 1st, this studio will probably be in a different location. I put it like that. So I'm just making something work, trying to upgrade some things and get some things in order.
Okay. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Can you hear this? Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear that noise?
Yeah, it's low.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
Oh,
So I was over here playing with some things, so I don't know if how it sounds. Uh, but yeah, so I'm glad to hear that, man. Hopefully everything works out and it's a smooth transition for you, because I know sometimes these transitions can be a little crazy.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into this thing. All right, it is part 6,
I
feminine
want to say,
attractive.
how are you, sir? How are you? Like, does anybody ever reach out to you and ask you how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I
And
want to know. That's what the people want
uh
to know. How are you?
well, thank you for asking. Not a lot of people do, okay? But yes, thank you for asking. I'm doing, I'm pushing through. I got some things coming up that I'm trying to do as well. As far as I do substituting. So I love to substitute. And so school year is starting. So it's time for me to get back in it. So I got an opportunity to substitute. So I'm looking to get in and see how it is, man. So, but yeah,
That's
thank you for
what's up.
asking.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trick love the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we go ahead and get this thing going, man. Part 6, feminine attractiveness. All right. We're gonna start at 29. All right, chapter 29. And there's each one of these has like a quick synopsis to kind of go over what the chapter is. And this one says there is never a shortage of women or feminine energy. If a man feels that there aren't enough women or that life isn't giving him what he wants, he is simply negating his relationship to the feminine. Okay, this sense of starvation, life is not suiting me, or there are no good women, is usually rooted in men's early childhood relationship with their mother. Life itself is the feminine. There is never a shortage of feminine energy, only a resistance to receiving, trusting, and embracing it. All right. So that's how we starting off right here. All right, so we're gonna go into it. It says you most likely refuse feminine energy in order to feel uh you most likely refuse feminine energy in order to feel tired, dry, and hungry for a woman. The book goes on to say that there is an abundance of feminine energy around you. Feel your around you, filling your body with life, beating your heart, and breathing your breath. There are women all around you who, with the proper initiation into mutual surrendering, loving, would feed every cell in your body with a juicy, enlivening, rejuvenative feminine energy. If you are stranded, if you are, stranded on your own masculine island of weariness and hunger, it is because you are refusing to embrace the energy of women around you. All right. So don't be on that island. All right. The book goes on to talk about all of the feminine energy that surrounds you. So just to give you an example of in every sector of your life, and it goes on to instruct us to relax your body and feel the ocean of feminine energy around you. Feel your surroundings as her form, the sound around her as her moans and laughter, and the light around you as her smile. Actually relax with the moment as you would relax with your lover, not metaphorically, but literally, bodily, with full intention and presence. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. That's a lot. Anything catch your eyes so far or ring
Hey,
true to you?
hey, that whole passage, man. What Cat Williams say? You can't be game banging on breakfast. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that feminine energy, embrace you, and just embrace it, just embrace it, because the thing is, if you constantly just, I've been listening to my Will Smith CD, so I'm trying to choose my words wisely. Um, if you don't, yeah, there you go. If you don't let that energy embrace you, it's gonna bounce off you and not be attracted to you, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, in a sense, like you looking at it like, oh, I ain't found the right one. It might be you that might be the problem. You know what I'm saying? In regards to, because you're not letting that energy embrace you, so to speak.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, man. And I think that a lot of people, a lot of men may I'm sorry, you had such a great point. I'm trying to I'm trying to go off of that.
I know I twisted it a little bit, but because I was trying to choose my word, you know what I'm
No, no,
saying?
no. What you said makes sense. I definitely agree with it, but I think a lot of men don't know how to handle. I think is what I was going to say. Handle the feminine energy when it does come their way as well, right? So I think that I do think that there, like the book said, there you have to be rejecting of it if you feel that it's not there, because I think that it could be seen as feminine energy all around. So we'll see what else it has to say. The book's going to say here. Okay, you need not show the women you meet throughout the day that you are doing anything special at all. Continue to treat them in whatever way is appropriate for the situation, but through it all, relax and enjoy the bountiful of feminine energy that surrounds you, but in the form of human women and in the form of the moment together. So yeah, I think that sums it up right there for that chapter, as far as just relaxing in it and learning to flow with it. Because there's a lot of people that don't know. I don't think they know how to flow with it. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of awkward with it. They fumble it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they quite know how to get it.
Yeah, I was thinking when you said that, I was thinking about the Twitter fingers nowadays.
Yeah.
Most of the young men, they don't know how to approach excuse me, they don't know how to approach women uh nowadays. They hide behind the phone versus, sliding the DM versus, physically approaching a woman. I mean, you can't be awkward when you approach them, but some of them just don't know how to. They just don't know how to relate to them, so to speak. They just think it's, you know, everyone is going to be just that one night wonder type deal versus, that long time wonder. So
Yeah.
I think they just nervous about that because they don't know how to do it.
Yeah. I can definitely see that 100%. All right, so we're going to chapter 40. Chapter 40 is allow older women their magic. Allow older women their magic. What is this about? Let's find out. Men should support older women in their wisdom, power, and intuitive and healing capacities. Men should not disregard older women by demanding or desiring them to be like young women. There should be no such comparison. Each age of women has its own value, and the transition from superficial shine to deep radiance is inevitable. All right, what we talking about here? Let's see let's see what we talking about. Okay, for many reasons, your biological, all right, from biological to logical, you are probably more sexually attracted to young women than older women. Okay, walking down the beach or the street, your head is more likely to turn to for a 20-year-old woman than a 60-year-old woman. This is quite natural. Okay, not the way some of these 60-year-olds is built now, boy. When a woman is young, her body more easily conducts life force, and so she appears more radiant in general than an older woman. But even amongst young women, there are those who are pretty just on the outside, and those who beauty brings from their depth. As a woman age, as her skin begins to loose, it's usually useful capacity to conduct life force. All right, or it loses. I'm sorry, it loses its useful capacity to conduct life force. What remains obvious is her feminine radiance is primarily her beauty in depth. All right, we're gonna pause it there. We agree, disagree so far with what's being said?
I definitely agree. But like you said earlier, like it's a new age of a 60-year-old woman. You know what I'm saying? Like Angela Bassett. I just throw that out there. Sanaa Lathan is not up there, but she's pushing 50. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? She's still looking good. It's a lot of women. Holly Berry. It's a lot of stars just to bring into context. They looking good and they're in there. They're at that halfway point. You know, uh, but every now and again you might see that 20-year-old. But the thing is, my whole thing when I see, and I might get some hate for this, but when I see a 20-year-old, I think of, bills, child support, you know what I'm saying? Do she have a do she have her stuff together? How many kids do she have? Um, all my kids are grown. So, that's what I'm thinking in the back of my mind. Like
Yeah.
like Bernie Mac said on Players Club, trouble, trouble. You know what I'm saying? Do you wanna repeat the things that you went through when you were 20, or do you want somebody that can, in a sense, outdo you, be better than you, so to speak, but can still learn from you, that's subjective to learn, or able to use that C word and compromise. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
I be thinking, and it might be kind of harsh, but I'm very strict when it comes to things like that. I don't want no problems, bro. I'm 44. I'll be 45 next month. You know what I'm saying? I'll
Yeah.
be the 4 pound next month. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no problems. I just want to relax and enjoy the rest of my life. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah. Well said. Yeah, I think that. Okay, so breaking it down, I do think that um men, by just the visual nature, would probably look at the 20-year-old over the 60, no doubt. Right. But I do think that there is something with older women. Um, I just think that, yeah, I got
I think it's the experience, man. The experience of the older woman, especially if they doing a thing, that's what I mean. And I think that's the older me talking. When I was 20, I wouldn't be looking at a older woman, because of the way I was raised. Like she probably, changed my diapers type deal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But now, and not knowing that woman, I wouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that she has experience and probably she has her game face on versus just trying to play the field and trying to run game, so to speak. That would be my thinking going into that situation.
And I would be interested in wondering in what capacity he's talking about. If he's just talking about simply walking past and noticing type of thing, then I'd be like, okay. If he was talking about the dating scene, I would probably have a lot more questions on that front. But just going off of that, then I mean, just as the facts being the facts, then yes, the life force loosens up as the skin loosens up. Um, but I do think that there are some wisdom there as well. So I do agree with that. Um, all right, so we'll keep on pushing on. If you are disconnected from your deep masculine core of purpose and consciousness, let me make sure I went to the right one. Okay, I think I am. And consciousness, then you will also be disconnected from a woman's depth. You will see only skin deep, and you will be attracted to the superficial display of a woman's radiance, which often disappears with the passing of youth. I agree with that. The natural sexiness of a young woman will always give you energy. You never need to deny this. But the awesome beauty and radiance ease of a deep woman can stop your mind, widen your heart, and suspend your body in the mysterious of feminine grace. All in all, all in an instant with a single gaze or touch, regardless of her body's age. Talk to me about this one because I ain't experienced nothing like this. Have you ever experienced something like this?
Not that I heard, not that I can recall.
Okay, okay, because I mean I would love to experience something like this. Don't get me wrong now. I
Yep.
would definitely love to experience something like that, but I'm not sure that I've ever experienced. And kudos to those out there who have.
Yeah, I
Um,
wouldn't say that it's not out there. It's just, um, I don't know. No, I never came across it.
yeah, I ain't
Now,
came across it either.
like, just in love, like, no. But I mean, I have some loving cousins that's out there. I have a loving sister, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you know, yeah, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. They're very loving, but I never seen that before. So it's hard for me to even speak on that.
Yeah, I couldn't speak on it either. Make you just freeze by a touch or a gaze. Ooh. Oh man, it just gives me tingles just thinking about it. As a woman grows older with wisdom, the book continues to say, her psychic weight increases. She becomes a bigger woman, able to influence her surroundings with stronger magic than a less developed woman. A superior man honors and appreciates this kind of magic and knows that it's complements his masculine style of accomplishments. I ain't gonna lie, you know who this kind of reminds me of, but I think we had conversations like this. It was with somebody who was on here a long time ago. She was on a Queens of Kings, Qu- Ace of Queen of Spades. She was on a Queen of Spades. Been a long time. Queen of Spades, and she reminded me of her. Of this, or not? She reminded me of her, but she was talking about things like this. You know what I'm talking about? And it was kind of that of
Yeah.
like walking into a room and kind of having that demanding that type of respect. So I wonder if that's what she was talking to. Uh, um, so I probably have seen it. I don't know if I've ever experienced it though. I don't know
Yeah,
if I've ever experienced that.
I'm just thinking on the military side. I've been in places where women have walked in and before you even look at her rank, you know that she's demanding, like she's the HNIC. You know what I'm saying? Type deal where like in the sense like she bad in the uniform and out of the uniform, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? She handling business in the uniform and she's handling business outside of the uniform. In a respectful manner, so to speak. I've seen that before. I have seen that. But you
Okay.
don't see it. You don't see it too often
I don't
because
think you do.
you don't
Yeah.
see it too often though. But I've seen women that's like that, and they're not masculine at all. They have
Okay.
masculine ways where they're running things, but they're feminine throughout. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Through and through. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
I just that whole shutting you down with a gaze. I ain't really never seen it, but kudos to those who out there have experienced it and to the ladies that have it. All right. An older woman will also tolerate less of your bullshit than a younger woman, says the book. All right. Although this might be one of your reasons for preferring younger women, you must choose your priority. All right. If you find yourself attracted to younger women, be careful that you aren't trying to find an easy relationship with the woman who will let you slide. Okay. If your purpose is to become even more free of yourself burdens and give your true gift to the world, then a spiritually mature woman who won't let you slather in your comfy habits of security and distraction may be an excellent ally for your journey. I definitely agree with that, Steve. Um I think it could be. I mean, you know what? I can't do my younger ladies like that either. I can't do my younger ladies like that because I think that there are a lot of great young motivators as well as older motivators as well. I'm not saying one shits on the other. I'm just saying that uh I think there could be truth. Now, if we say majority, right? Do I think the majority? I don't know. I don't know. Do you think, because I can't say for certain that I feel like the majority of younger women um do it, but I can't also say for a fact that I think that the are in my opinion that the majority of older women do it as well. I don't know. What do you think, man? I'm lost.
I say it's 50-50, man. Depending on if the younger woman has a priority straight, have things in order, she can probably hold down, the majority things of the older woman, so to speak, to a degree. Now she probably don't have all that experience as the older woman, but she can probably hold it down because she has her priorities, she has her goals set, so to speak. But when it comes to the older woman has that maturity level where they didn't fell down and got back up. They didn't been through the slums to get to a better place where they're at right now. So that's why I say it's 50-50 on that one for me.
Well, okay, so no, that's not. So I think you're saying that it's 50-50 young and
Yeah.
older. So that's not the question I'm asking though. The question that I'm saying is when it comes to majority of both of those categories, would
hmm
you say the majority of young and older women um are motivating?
Yeah. Yeah. So I say, yeah, both of them can be motivating. I,
Not
I
can, are. Do you think
yeah.
they are
Yeah.
motivated?
Yeah. I think they are motivated.
Okay.
Some of them have blinders on in regards to manipulation aspects, but once they find themselves and put forth an effort to let the masculinity in, from a male, not from the work standpoint, from a male aspect, I think both of them can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. 'Cause I'm like, I really don't know. Because I feel like older may also, it comes with experience, and with experience, I feel like sometimes it would be a little less tolerated. You know what I'm saying? Than to say, oh, let me help and motivate you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I'm kind of like, I don't really know if this is accurate or not, but it's what it says. All right. We're just
I'm
talking
just
about it.
thinking. I'm thinking from the aspect of guidance on the younger woman, on the guidance from a dual family household, a dual parent household type deal, where they see how their father treats their mom. Their father raised them to be treated a certain way. Their mother raised them to be treated a certain way. Plus, they have goals set. So, with that already being set in stone or in place, they already know what they want and they have their goals going. So, that's what I'm relating to. Having that structure in front of them, so they
Eh,
already know what time it is.
So, do you think that that is the experience of the majority of, I think you were saying, young women?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that equates to the older woman. Because they have an older woman in their life to gaze it to lay that path for them. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, you think that the majority of younger women nowadays have an older woman guiding them in the way that they should go?
I say 50-50. I wouldn't say the majority, but I say most have that to
So,
a degree.
51% have it.
Let's go 49.
So then that's not most. Then that
Oh,
would be the
I'll say 50. I'll say 50. I'll say 50. I'll stick
the
at 50.
50's even. We don't
Yeah.
want even. Do you think that you gotta come on now? You gotta stamp it down. What do you think? Do you think that it's the majority or not? Because I tell you, I don't think it's the majority. I don't think it's the majority.
I say, like I said, if they have a dual parent household, I think
But
the
I'm
ones
saying,
that
is
have
that the
that,
majority though? Is that the majority experience?
I wouldn't say it then.
You wouldn't
Because
say that that's the majority. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And that's what I was
So
going off of.
so let's go 50, 51.
51-49.
Yeah, 51-49
All right. In favor that they do have it or that they don't have it.
that they don't have it.
They don't have it. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
the
So just a
51
slight,
is the older
slight.
woman. Older woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So for older, say it again.
I said for the older women, they're in that 51% where they have
So
it
you think?
already because of yep.
Okay. Okay. I might be able to go with you on that one, Steve. I appreciate you taking that journey with me. I may be able to go with you on that one. I don't think that the majority, but it would be hard for me to say, which is which. But we kind of went off on a different one. But I appreciate you going down that rabbit hole with me. All right, so we're going on to the to 41. Maybe it might explain it even further in the book. Let's see. 41 says, turn your lust into gift, man. Okay. Turn your lust into gift. Turn your lust into gift. All right. So when a man sees a beautiful woman, it is natural for him to feel energy in his body, which usually interrupts as I'm sorry, which usually interprets as sexual desire rather than dispensing his energy in mental fantasy. A man should learn to circulate his heightened energy. Okay. He should breathe fully, circulating the energy fully throughout his body. He should treat his heightened energy as a gift, which could heal and rejuvenate his body. And though his service and through his service heal the world through his means. He desires to his desires is converted into fullness of heart. His lust is converted into service. His desire is not converted by denying sexual attraction but by enjoying it fully, circulating through his body. See, circulating through his body without allowing it to stagnate as mental fantasy and returning it to the world from his heart. This is interesting. Okay, sometimes this go a little bit over my head. He says a lot. All right, for those that are just tuning in, man, we are reading The Way of the Superior Man. That's what we are going through. He gives a lot sometimes. I think that was a lot. I'm gonna stop on that and see if you have anything to input on that so far from the synopsis. You got Oriental music playing in the background?
Yeah, somewhat. I'm downloading something. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
say that
yeah,
don't sound like Will Smith.
yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm getting in touch with my inner self over
Yeah.
here. But man, hey, that passage is confusing in a sense.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
I think okay, so what I believe is saying here is basically you see a beautiful woman, right? All right. Let's say you're working out at the gym. Some fine little thing walks past you, right? Almost actually think of you ever seen the movie Life? Think of Can't Get Right when he saw that snow bunny over there, right? And he was like, "Yo, like calm it down, right?" So that energy, that rush that you get when you see somebody that is attractive, and instead of going into the mental space and lusting, you kind of and keeping it in there, you kind of circulate it throughout the body to provide you with energy to ultimately give your gift to the world in a sense. That's how I interpreted it.
okay. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. And
Uh
that's a big fact.
yeah. Tell him mind his business. Okay, all right. So yeah, she just threw off my whole thought process. I appreciate that. Miss Shanti for doing that. If you heard the book goes on to say, if you're like most men, sexual energy tend to go directly to one of two places. Either your head becomes stimulated and you fantasize about being with a woman, excuse me, with a woman who turns you on, or your genitals become stimulated in lustful need. All right. Your head and genitals, soul, however, or just the north and south pole of your whole body. And superior men circulate the energy of arousal throughout his body, taking particular care not to let it stagnate in swollen fantasy or appendages. Miss Shotty said anytime. Appreciate that. Um, um, the purpose of sexual desire is creation. All right, so reproduction is but a biological aspect of creation. As a man, you probably have much more to give the world than your children. Just a beautiful woman inspire biology creation. They also inspire artistic, social and spiritual creativeness as well. In fact, some men would go as far to say that if it weren't for women, they wouldn't be interested in the world much at all. What do you think about that so far?
I can see that. Like balancing everything, and that last sentence struck home, because if you don't have nothing to push for, why push? It's not going to create that drive behind a person, in regards to it. And it's not just to impress the feminine. The feminine is, it's just something to look good for and do right by. So I definitely feel that.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that as well. Yeah, again, I think that it may be beneficial. You got to try it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of us may not have heard of this before. So maybe it's something to try as far as instead of keeping it in your mental or in your nether regions, you kind of circulate it throughout the body uh to do that to create some good. Cause I'll tell you, you know what? It's just me and you here, right? I can talk to you, right? Man, it was a little tenderoni at the gym. Almost made me hurt my shoulder. I was trying to lift so much weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm not playing. I'm really not. All right. So it does give you energy, right? So it didn't stay up in the middle, right? And it stay in the lower region. It worked throughout the body, right? So now, uh I can give the gift to the world, right? Gave me that energy. Um so let me see. And yes, if I don't think, yeah, I think that if it wasn't for women, we'd be in cardboard boxes somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Like
most definitely, most definitely.
you know what I'm saying? Sure. Only reason we get some of the stuff we get is to use it as bait. So not everybody, but I'm pretty sure a good amount of men use what they got to get. Same as women, they use what they got to get what they want as well. So, I think it's just human nature to do so. And I think that if the bar was that low, then we really wouldn't be rise to that occasion. So, I mean, because you look at it now, well, you know what? I ain't gonna go on that tangent. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and keep pushing. It says, if you are a man, you have probably found yourself inspired at some time or another by a woman. That's true, man. I've been inspired by some women to write some diss tracks. Such inspiration is usually temporary, because most men don't know how to cultivate their relationship to the feminine. They tend to be inspired and then spurred it out through spasms of thought or ejaculation. Okay. But if you learn to discipline yourself, to discipline your habits of building up and releasing mental and sexual tension, you can continuously cultivate and magnify your inspiration. Excuse me. You can wean yourself from the addictive cycle of sexuality and intoxication. Okay. Basically being just like can't get right. You know what I'm saying? Um Intoxication. You can make use of your native force of sexual desire for a woman and for other women, and convert your tendencies towards fantasies and lust into the force of inspiration. Okay. Yes, I think that that could be something that could be achieved. I think that converting it from lust to, because I mean, let's be honest, lust is only self-serving, if we're being honest, right? It's only self-serving. So I think that yes, if there is a way to convert it into inspiration, then that's a way to kind of give your gift out to everybody. What do you think, Steve?
Hey, I totally agree with that. Because lust, I mean, lust don't end up well most of the time. Like you said, it's for self gain. So I definitely agree with that. You want to give your fruit, give your seed to the world versus just for self serve. Because if it was just for self serve, you know why be in that, or why try to develop a relationship?
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. All right. Let me see. The expulsion of your gift. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to chapter 42. All right. Never allow your desire to become suppressed or depolarized. All right. When a man denies his desire for the feminine, either by choice or due to familiarity, my tongue won't work right on that one. It is a sign of his depolarization, even toward the world. He may seek a mistress in order to rejuvenate him, but this is usually only a temporary and complicated situation, since it is only a matter of time before his mistress becomes familiar and thus tiresome. Any woman towards whom a man becomes depolarized will feel his rejection, disgust, and turn away. In response, she will become angry and destructive. Her unhusbanded energy will begin to move chaotically, becoming even self destructive. As a man has no excuse, he must cultivate a polarized relationship to his woman and his world if he is to remain in relationship with them. Um, I I think that's true, right? Essentially, what I believe is being said here is that if you're both two feminine females, then this relationship is gonna it's not gonna work, right? So there has to be I think that's the polarizing part of it, and not becoming depolarized, um, and still remaining that those two opposite ends of feminine and masculine. But what do you think?
No, I definitely agree with that. Just yeah, I definitely agree with that. Um, Damn, I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely
Okay.
agree with that. Because like we said in the past, like two of the same, it clashes eventually. And the same thing with having a side piece or a mistress. Eventually she's gonna want that spot of the main, and it can become chaotic and mess with because women deal with emotions. So eventually emotionally she's gonna get emotionally attached, and that's when it becomes chaotic. Then you got a thin line to walk in regards to that.
Agree. Thank you again, everybody that hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. All right, so going on, it says you have a choice. You could choose to give your gift as a I'm sorry, as a renunciate celibate, living with only the most minimal engagement with the world and women, or you could choose to engage the world and women fully as a way of giving your gift. If you choose to engage with the world, all right, with the world and women. Oh wait, hold on. If you choose to engage the world and women fully, then you must maintain a certain degree of polarization, all right, or mutual attraction with them. Otherwise, you will begin to reject, resist, and resent the world and women, undermining your capacity to give your gift. All right, you probably seen the face of your woman when you've given I'm sorry. Okay. You probably seen the face of your woman when you've gotten to the point of putting up with her rather than I think I did that wrong. Wait, she begins to look haggard and drawn. How long face speaks. I guess that's her long. This goddamn speech to text. Her long face speaks a heart and body, unravished by clarity in force of your masculine loving. She never seems really happy. Eventually, her resentment towards hold on, I want to make sure I get this correct. This is not coming out the way that it was supposed to have came out. What was this 40? I don't want to do y'all a disservice here.
Yeah, I was trying to put it together. I'm like,
Yeah, because it says Edward. It got a name in here. Like, what the hell? Who was Edward? Uh,
you want me to tell everybody that you famous? You know what I'm saying? Uh,
who did what?
you know,
Let me see.
E
Oh no, no,
Oklahoma.
no, 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 no. All right, so let's see. Let's see if we can get to where we was looking at eventually.
It's like southern Oklahoma, ain't it?
I
I
think
think it
so.
is. I think it's like southern Oklahoma, like close to Texas.
42. Was that 42? 43. No, 42. Okay. 42. Okay. Eventually, her resentment turned inward, not Edward. And disease symptoms begin to let's see if we got that correct at least. Turn inward, and disease symptoms begin to appear in her body. Her skin seems to wither before your eyes. You just like you dislike her smell. As her frustration and negativity build, you become less attracted, which of course deprived her of even normal human affection. When things get really bad, she seems so ugly and dark that you are repulsed, and your complete withdrawal leaves her barren to her core. Damn. During this time, you probably also begin to feel some disregard towards the world. Over time, you may begin to lose interest in your projects and career. You may consider changing jobs or finding another woman. It seems that newness ends of itself will be more attractive and exciting than your worn out woman and your droning career. Let's talk about that, man.
Oh, it sounds like he about to jump to the next. That's what it
Uh,
sounds like to me.
you ain't lying.
It's a wrap. Like You trying to switch jobs, switch women, switch cars, switch houses. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's a wrap. But it sounds like, in a sense, like he's not stable. He's not stable. Like he's looking at it like the woman that he fell in love with is not the woman that's with him on that particular day. But all I can say is the grass ain't always greener.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, shit, I think, yeah, Steve says, hello, cousin Shanti. I think that um so when it comes polarized, right, depolarized, right, and y'all become the same, um you're not going to be turned on by the same, right? You're It's just not going to happen. And and maybe that's why it was described as her looking uglier, pretty much, right? Not having that radiance, right? um so maybe that's why, you know that happens when that depolarization comes in. You know what I mean? um so I wonder if that does play a factor in it, in that of
That could be.
You
That
know what I
could be.
mean? Because you don't like the way, I don't like the way another dude smell. You know what I'm saying? Look, none of that stuff, right? So it's almost as if it's painting the same dang picture, right? Of how repulsed pretty much you'll become, based off of you losing that depolar or becoming depolarized, in your relationship. You may not see her as that feminine flower that she is. um, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it. All right. Hey, we got some people in here. Please hit the like button if you can and say how's the algorithm. And I definitely do appreciate it. Please do not be afraid to talk to us as well. We're talking to each other, but we're talking to everybody else too. So you can feel free to talk to us as well. We do not bite. All right. Ashanti does because she got some big ass teeth, but none of us in here bites. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. During this time, you probably also begin to feel some. Oh wait, did I already do that one? Yeah. All right. Uh, and you are right. Okay, a new woman and a new work will excite you and cheer you up. And this is exactly what a mediocre man does. He stays with the woman and a project for as long as it interests him and turns him on. When the excitement seems to wear off, he moves on to another and then another hopeful, uh, hopeful source of polarity and excitement. Okay. Um, it is not time that kills delight, but familiarity, neutralization, okay, and lack of purpose. Another man might find your woman to be quite a turn on, even though she seems old shoes to you. I don't know what the hell old shoes mean, but you know, I mean, I know what it's supposed to mean, but who used that as a even though she looks old shoes to you, it may not be your woman who has worn out, but your capacity for desire. You may feel like having a little to do, or you may feel like having a little to do with her, or I guess as little to do with her as possible, but your lack of desire is only that, a lack of desire. You have spent as much time with your woman that you have rubbed off on each other like two magnets that have demagnetized each other. Familiarity breeds depolarization, and depolarization breeds contempt against lovers. Come on, man. Uh, I definitely do agree with that. Miss Shanti said, "Shut up, baby teeth. This is a medical condition. I've already talked to you about it before. My dentist. You know what? We'll talk about this later. I don't appreciate you saying that and putting out my business like that." All right, so I do agree with this, man. I think that yes, depolarization kills your relationship. I think it definitely will affect the love that's there, and yes, I do think that because I ain't gonna lie, I'm somebody that's like that. I'm like, man, if I get a new, and I ain't saying a new woman, I'm just saying new anything, they get rid of the old, right? So for someone that may think that way about the woman, I can see how that could be problematic, and that yes, you might want to figure out what you can do to bring that spice back. You know, if your woman's a good woman. But yeah, what says you, Mr. Shah?
Hey, I was so thinking that. The first thing when you was reading that passage, R. Kelly popped in my head, and not the not Mr. Black Guy Peas, the other version of R. Kelly. Like in his songs, like I want to say it was on TP2.com. I think it was Strip for You. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
you
sometimes,
nasty. You nasty. I see what
hey,
you're doing.
sometimes you just gotta like create the spice because your woman probably had a bad week at work, bad month. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes everybody working, you passing each other, eating dinner together for a little bit. Next thing you know, you taking showers, getting in bed, going right back at work, versus spending that quality time. Sometimes you just gotta spice it up a little bit and put on some kales.
I can see you over there just doing your little striptease dance.
I
Nasty
Hey,
ass.
as long as you ain't doing the black guy peas dance, you good.
Hey,
You know what I'm talking
hey, to each his own, baby. To each his own. All right. Let's see. Okay, chances are
about? That was
you'll see
Will
some
Smith
such
like
thing.
of me.
Let me see. I'm trying to figure out. You know what? I'm gonna skip some of this. We're gonna go on and we're gonna go to all right. So rather than deciding to move on because you are too weak to overcome your own neutralized lack of desire, try to take on the challenge of manifesting love in the dreary world and in your dreary woman. All right. It's up to your freedom and strength of transmission whether she drains your energy, bite your Wembley head off, or surrender to your fearless passion, which is basically telling the men to step up, be men, be stronger, and take her out of that funk. Is what I'm getting there. You want to put anything on that? Bet that's. We're
Nah.
gonna go to 43. All right, 43 says, use her attractiveness as a slingshot through appearance. Okay, let's see what this is talking about. A good woman is a source of inspiration and attraction into the world for a man. He must never forget, however, that neither the world nor his woman is um oh, god damn it. Neither the world nor his woman is the purpose of his existence. Um, his practice is always to feel through women in the world without suppression or disdain, and to their source or very nature. A man's attraction to a woman must be converted from attraction to woman into attraction through woman. He must feel his desire without suppression and then feel through his desire into the source energy of desire. He must feel through her beauty into the very daylight or delight of which her beauty is but a ripple, and remind her. I'm sorry, ripple and a reminder. Um, his whole relationship to appearance is um oh shit, where'd I go? Uh, So a woman, either as obsession or distraction or revelation. Okay. All right. In your woman, or I'm sorry, it goes on to say, in your worship of women, never forget that they die. In your enjoyment of pleasure and delight, never forget that your sensation and feelings are fleeting and never absolutely enough. Women cannot women can attract you, heal you, inspire your gift, but they will never satisfy you absolutely. Never. He said never again. And you know this. Let's start off with that, man. Do you think that's true?
Mm, I'm like Wheezy. No, no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
What are you talking about with the young money? With
Yeah,
the whole gang?
yeah, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
After, no, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But
I'm tracking.
I, I think I kind of add that's a little false. That's a little false. Like
Okay.
when you're in a committed relationship, I think it's everybody, as long as everybody's playing their part, that can be satisfactory in itself. It's a little, to me, it's the little things that add to the big things. Making my plate, bringing my plate to me. Making sure I got a packed lunch. Something like that. Because I didn't work 12 hours straight. 3 days this week. Something like that. It's the little things to me. So I think that brings pleasure to me. Not
So
just the sexual part.
so you're saying that there's nothing more that could be done
I mean,
to
it's
make
a
you
lot
happy.
more. It's a lot more that can be done, but um in due time. In due time. But like we discussed in the book before, like he said that if she ain't changed, if she does this, she ain't gonna change. But if she does this and I'm content with it, I mean, it's not settling for less, but I'm content with it.
So I guess my thing is there a place where you're completely content, where you're just like, there's nothing else that could happen here. I don't
Oh,
want anything else. This is completely it. Keep it right here.
oh, never. It's
So I
always
think that's
you
I
can
think
always
that's
do
what he's
better.
saying.
You can always do better. I believe
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I think and that's why I was asking, because I think that that's the part that he's saying. He's saying like there's no satisfaction. Like you will never be satisfied. And I think it's true. I think it's true that you will never be satisfied. I think that there will always be some things you will always want more. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that there's any line that could be like, "Oh, I've reached it. This is destination, right? This is heaven right here." I think that there are moments that'll be good, but I think that past the moments there, I think there would be some other things that men would also want.
Mhm.
Um Further than that, I don't yeah, I hate to say it, but I think it's true. I think it's true. I'm gonna give y'all the truth. I think it's true. I think it's true. All right. Um, it says, this is why women are frustrating to you. This is why women are frustrating to you. The promise attracts you, and the promise attracts you in one way or another, perhaps many times a day, and yet throughout your life, you have learned and will continue to learn that they cannot make good on their promise. The fulfillment that seems like a woman is actually unavailable in her form. So I guess this one is talking about something a little bit different. I think this one is more so talking about, hey, now, so the promise thing, right? We've already kind of went down the thing with women don't lie, right? That was the chapter as well. So I wonder if that's kind of in that realm of where there's promises and they're not kept. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. What do you think?
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, because it says they cannot make good on their promise. So I'm like, okay, maybe there was a promise kept. It's one of them nights where she been talking crazy and she went out with the girls, got drunk, and was talking about all the shit she gonna do to you when she get to the house, and then she
Mm,
go in there and fall asleep.
mm, mm.
It's one of them moments.
Or a head in the toilet.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, boy. The play of your body wanting her body is the most obvious hoax of fulfillment. Um, if you have ever gotten the woman you wanted, you know that it's never as good as you hoped. For at least not, I guess that's probably, or at least not for very long, right? So you get the woman that you want, you realize it's not exactly what you wanted. You are deceived by the mirage of your own desire. Women are not to blame, they are to be cherished. Talk about that one.
That's deep right there. That's deep right there. Cherish. I mean, I know. Yeah, I mean, I could see being cherished. Cherish. Because they're delicate. They deal with emotions. They will crack under pressure. A lot of them can't take pressure. Some can. I met some that can, but a lot of them deal with emotions, so they're delicate. So, but I mean, cherish. I mean, when I think of cherish, I'm thinking like rose petals at the feet, like they need to be carried everywhere.
Okay,
Baby.
man. All right, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I think when cherish. But what has she done for me to be cherished? You know what I'm saying? To be, for me to be throwing rose petals down. I wouldn't say every woman because every woman is not in my life, but the women that's in my life, yes, I definitely cherish them. But
Yeah,
that could be, well, not a selfless, but a selfish motive, for the women that love me. I love them. You know what I'm saying? But not every woman because I don't even know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like an oxymoron to me. It's like putting my foot in my mouth for saying, "Yeah, I love all women." I don't know all women. I don't know.
so no, I mean, as far as and I bring these up not to disparage these women, but just because we all have heard and saw, but to the point of that if if you got the woman that you wanted, that it would never be as good as you would hope for it to have been. So I think that a lot of times we put it on the pedestal, and we have these high hopes, and then we realize that it's not exactly what we wanted. And one of those things was like, if you think of some of the people would probably say are pretty women, would be probably Beyonce and like Halle Berry, right? But even then, with the men that they had, mess with Becky with the good hair. You know what I'm saying? So I think that yeah, it was the package looked good, but I think that once you obtained it, it's like this is just it's not where I thought it was going to be. Not saying she's not where what I'm saying, she's up there. I'm not saying she's not up there. I'm just saying that
But she's not
as
fulfilling his passion.
yeah, that maybe or at least his, because I don't think it has anything to do with her. The women, it has nothing to do with it. It has all to do with the men. And I think that the men themselves had an expectation of what they thought it was going to be like, and then realized that, oh, it was an unrealistic expectation, right? Of where, okay, that's where it is. So I don't think that it has anything to do. Like you said, the women are not to blame; they are to be cherished. So I don't think that it has necessarily to do with the women. I think that it has everything to do with the men and the expectations and how grand they may have thought it was, as opposed to the actual reality of the situation. Not to say that, because it still could be a great thing. It was just that maybe it was an unrealistic expectation. So yeah. Um, So don't tell the Beehive. Please don't come for me. I'm not saying anything about
I mean,
man.
when you was saying that, I was thinking of Lamar Odom situation.
Yeah. I mean,
he,
all of them. Lamar
you know,
Odom, freaking Kanye West.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? All of them. You know what I'm saying? Like you have that thought, and then you realize, oh,
yeah.
it's
He
not what
started
I thought it
smoking
was gonna
crack.
be. You feel me? It's a hell of a drug. You are least unhappy. You are least unhappy when you are relieved of the need to get anything at all from my partners. All right. Just driving in your car, wanting nothing, watching the trees go by can be a epiphany of perfection, deep sleep, orgasm, a day of fishing, looking into an infant's eyes. These occasions can relax you from your search long enough to realize that you already have what you seek. That what you already have what you see. I was going to get to talking, but I forgot I got to read the rest of it. That you already have what you seek. Okay, that what appearance promise is a revelation of your own deep and inherently blissful nature. Okay, so I agree with this, right? So I think that, and I think that this all goes back. So everybody that's with me now, you got to remember that these are building blocks, right? So I think that it all stems from the first block, which is purpose, right? your purpose, living at your end, or at your edge, right? So if you have your purpose, that means then you're not looking and seeking something from someone else, right? You already have what's inside of you, what you need inside of you. So I think that kind of touches on, so the stuff in the line that we've been going in all the way from way back then. What do you think?
Oh, I definitely agree with it. That was weird. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Knowing your purpose and where you stand, because like we said before, you know your purpose, and you set your goals. You know, can't nobody make you deviate from that. Because you know yourself, you know your worth.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You are that which you seek, but you have left your own deepness and are looking elsewhere. The stress of not finding it creates its own need to be released. And so the cycle continues. You are chasing your own tail. And much of the time, that tail looks suspiciously like a woman. All right. The book goes on to give some, talk about some stuff, but I'm gonna paraphrase it here. It basically says, you have experienced every inch of a woman in every pleasurable way, and none of it lasts. Okay, it wasn't even that good as long as it did last. Right, your need is far deeper than any woman can provide. So what is it? Right. Well, let's talk about what it is. Your ultimate desire is for the union of consciousness with its own luminosity, wherein all appearances is recognized as your deep, blissful nature, and there is only one. Your desire for union with a woman is a step down version of this ultimate spiritual need. You can use your desire as a doorway to spiritual oneness. Magnify your desire to the brink of madness. Sustain it with a full breath, relaxed body, and open heart. Embrace your woman if you have one, and give her what you want from her. Um, you want to talk about that one?
I mean, I feel it. Sometimes you got to pick them up. You know, that's the whole basis of a long term relationship. You gotta, we're gonna fall. Regardless of we male or female, but you pick that one up or lead them in that direction. 9 out of 10 they gonna follow. If you're trustworthy, so to speak. So you do that. That's gonna help strengthen that relationship on both sides.
Yeah, no, I definitely do agree. And I think that there's been plenty of situations where um, you know, you're involved with people and you realize that um, you're not getting filled the way that you expected to get filled. And I think that maybe to what we were talking about earlier as well. And it's because you're looking for things inside of other people, right? Instead of just realizing that you have everything that you need, and kind of leaning on that. So I do think that that also plays a factor as well. The very light of your consciousness shines as the world, and it is looking back at you, appearing as a woman. She often appears as what you most fear and desire. She is the goddess, ready to screw you, um, and
You see, I turned
enlighten
around like,
you,
what? Wait a
and
minute.
enlighten you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It definitely said that. In a moment of attraction, let your desire feel to her, um, but don't stop there. Feel through her. I would really like to know what that feel through her part is, because I didn't really get that one.
I think knowing what she about to do before she do it, like anticipating her next move. I think
Okay.
that's what it is, feeling through her. Just learning your woman. If they're in a bad mood, getting to the bottom of it, and knowing that ice cream that she likes, or that cake and ice cream. or that bath or whatever ran, something like that, just to, de-escalate the situation. I think that's what it is.
Okay. All
Feel
right,
it.
man. Let me shit. If y'all got any ideas, man, let me know in the comments. That sounds good enough for me. Desire. I'm gonna close out with this. Desire can be a doorway to deep oneness. Sexual union is the fractal or step down reflection of the ever-present wedding of consciousness, and is inherent luminicity. Luminicity. I think that's how you say that. So yeah,
Right.
so that's how we're gonna end that, man. Yeah, I haven't hit any buttons or anything at all. Let me
Hey,
see.
this chapter, this section was deep, bro. It was
It
deep.
was, and it went a lot deeper. I did leave some things out. It did go a lot deeper though. And, this is like the third one that kind of went past me. In certain sections. Certain sections I think I was able to hold on to, but some of the other ones went a little bit deeper. And this is like the third third one for me that did it. So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Steve. Guys, thank you, Steve, man, for coming through and making it do what it do. Thank you for everybody hit the like button as well. I really do appreciate it. This is what we're going through is called The Way of the Superior Man. All right. That is the book. Here's down there, David. Diadai. Yeah. Check it out. It's very interesting read in there. So please um check that out, man. Wait a minute, Gooch is in the building. What up? I'm gonna need her to tell me what the problem is. What is
That's
up,
right.
man? I have not seen you in a good little minute, man. Hope all is well. Hope all is well.
All
Uh
is well.
yes, sir, man. I think this would have been a good fit to definitely hear some of your opinions on as well, man. Missed you, man. Hope all is well. But yeah, thank you, Steve. You got anything for us before we get up out of here?
Man, everybody enjoy the rest of the week. It's supposed to be a hot one here in Kansas, so yeah, yeah, it's about to be rough.
Oh man,
It's
oh
about to
man,
be
yeah,
rough. But
yeah. I
hey, but you know what though? I say within the next, I say about 20 days, it's gonna get better. We're gonna fall into that fall season, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be pushing
you
that four
think
pound.
20 days?
Huh?
You think 20 days?
Yeah, I say about 20. About 20
Shit.
on. About 20 on. I mean, I'm in the Midwest right now, so I expected to
Okay,
get a little chilly around my birthday. You know what I'm talking about?
okay,
So,
okay.
so it's gonna cool
Because
down
I think it'd be coming through around what, October,
about mid-September.
mid
Yep,
September. Okay,
yep, beginning of October usually. In
okay.
Chicago, it'll be snowing on Halloween sometimes. I'm not trying to jinx nobody in the shop, but hey, sometimes it'll snow. You be like, what the hell, So it's a little chilly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, shit, man. I thank you for coming through, holding it down. I thank you, everybody in the comment section as well. Appreciate you, goddamn Goose to Profit. Whoa there, coming through as well. And Shanti coming through, of course, whatever. And everybody else that just watch the show, man. Thank you for coming through. So before we go, let me let you guys know that we have two more parts. All right, two more parts to do. It's going to be part 7 and part 8. It's going to be 7 is going to be body practice. I don't know what it is. Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's talking about. But if you want to know, come through same day, same time, which is Tuesday at 7 Central. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. So that way you know every time we go live. All right. Before we go, man, you got anything for us?
I just want to say, just for the silent viewers, man. We didn't write the book. This is a book that we just discussing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't. Neither
That's
one of our
not
names is
one of us. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not to talk
Yeah.
about the main name, but
Yeah.
we didn't write it. We just discussing the book and trying to better. It's a self-help book trying to better us as men. Man as a mankind, so to speak. Um, but yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. Just give your honest opinions in regards to it, and be open minded in regards to it. In regards to whatever topic we discussing, and hit us in the comments. We really appreciate it, especially E. He loved talking to people.
I do. What can I say? I do. Um, so yes, I appreciate that. He's 100% right, and I like to talk to people. I like people engage. You know what I'm saying? I like to engage, ask questions. Point out something, whatever it is. I really do appreciate it. How do we
like
get here though? Do you?
like a couple weeks ago,
Yes, man.
on YouTube. Yeah, that was dope.
Kiki, I still remember her name. Is that what you're talking
Yep,
about?
yep,
Came
yep.
through and was very. I didn't even know the girl. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know her. She came through, was very engaging. Was asking, talking, sharing, saying. You know what I'm saying? Just making it a pleasant experience. But how do we get here? The way we got here is that we did have men and women topics, right? Like a lot of the stuff that's out there now. However, I don't think any of it was. I think that there was um some resolutions. However, I think that it just became a point where it was just words, right? People were just talking, not taking in the information, right? I know, fellas, being a fella, right? um we're very mission driven. We're very we want to get to the bottom of it, and we bring the facts, right? We bring it the way that it is. So this is how it kind of started, is because I said, okay, man, I want to start with men. I really want to do a lot of these books actually. But I looked around, and this is one of the ones that kept coming up. Matter of fact, I think my brother-in-law sent me a clip of Nipsey Hussle talking about the book and saying how it was a good read as well. But yes, a lot of people said this book, so that's how we got to this. But it was really to just help gear and give a different perspective, possibly, to things that we were doing, because I think a lot of people do things because that's just how they done it. And it may not have been right. um so I think that it just gave another perspective, and plus I read another book for self-help, and it helped me out a lot. So I wanted to bring that. I really want to touch on a lot of other things, finances. I want to talk on fatherhood. I wanted to do all that. However, it's not catching as quickly as I thought it was going to be. So I want to make sure I keep everybody entertained. If you're going to come here and you want to spend your time here, I want to make sure you enjoy your time here, right? So we'll be moving away from this as a forewarning. After we finish part 7 and part 8, we will be moving back to the news and covering the topics. All right. So
And when is Ecamm going live? When are we going?
we're gonna go live after part 8.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
Yep.
when we're gonna make that transition over. I had it to where you can call in, right? Um, I got an interface to where you can call in. People can call into the show. However, everybody on here can hear them, but they can only hear me. So I don't know if I want to if I'm gonna keep that or not. Um, but I'll see. I'll see. Yeah, yeah. We'll talk
Well,
about it.
yeah, we need to talk about that.
Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Appreciate you, man. Hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Until next.